Hi guys, and on today's video we have a very exciting comparison ahead of us. Now, as many of you know, I've spent a lot of time and money on the trusty e46 building some form of a CSL replica, and my good friend Matt has an M2. Now this is a normal M2, so it's not the competition, but we're going to see today, is it worth ploughing a load of money into an old e46 with headache, problems, thousands spent, or simply go and buy a reliable, fast, capable package right out the showroom. So stay tuned guys, and I hope you enjoy the video. Inside the car, as I said, it's a normal M2. It's had the CS wheels put on there from CM wheels, so the replicas, because it just gives it a bit more of a hard edge. It's had the eye-back springs put on there, and straight away being in the car you can see how much more modern it is compared to the e46. So as the daily driver, along with the DCT gearbox, it's a lot better, a lot more modern feeling, a lot more better built inside. And the nice thing with the M2 is you still got your back seats, it's still a small package, and it's still a lot like the E46 for its size, whereas the F80 M3 and the M4 do become bigger cars like the E92, so not as sort of compact go-kart feel to them. Now obviously things have grown in the M Division series over the years, and everything now has gone turbo, unfortunately. Obviously emissions more than anything being the culprit there, but with that you do get the ridiculous amount of torque, which as a daily car is what you want. Now this engine is also the same one that's used in the 235i. For those that think it's the same as the 240i, it's not, it is different, but I say the power wise, for lovely, and the DCT box is just so much more, what's the word I'm looking for, refined. It's still aggressive, but it's usable, whereas the SMG and the E46, when you're on it, is brilliant. I love it with the CSL software, I really do, but when you're on that point of daily commuting or just general driving, it can become a bit tiresome. It's a bit sort of jumpy, it's not particularly smooth around town, whereas the DCT, you can put it in auto and it's still a fantastic car. Now the next big thing, obviously compared to a modified E46, and so we're not comparing this to a standard one because we're trying to get the money at a similar percentage, is that the sound, you lose a lot of it with the turbo, unfortunately. Now the standard E46 makes quite a raspy noise, as you've probably seen from any of my other videos that I've done featuring the car, but you get that fantastic airbox growl with the CSL airbox, and it really does change the experience of the car. So we'll now go for a little drag run with the E46. First gear, flown over to Mexico. Not a great deal in it, like I say, for a back road drive. Very composed chassis as well. It feels like you know what's going on underneath you. What is a bit of a letdown is the seats. Now these are the normal 2 Series seats. They've got a little bit of fancy blue stitching on them, but they're nothing in terms of support compared to like the M4 seats or like the Recaros I got in the car. So again, to build something like mine, you're going to be looking at about £20,000, including buying the car. Something like this is going to be in the region of £30,000. So there is a saving to going to E46. It's also pretty safe money, but you do get the reliability with this and the power. God. Jesus. Wow. Now I'm running the Pagid RS29 and K Sport brakes on the E46 M3. They're a pretty weak point on the BMWs, the brakes, but the beauty of the M2 is it has got the potential. It's just a case of putting in some decent pads, because you've got good sized floating discs up front, 4-pot calipers. It's just the standard BMW pads, unfortunately, that aren't particularly great. So upgrading the brakes on this with better pads will see you a similar braking effort realistically to the E46. Now the other benefit of that is obviously that with BMW brake calipers, they've got dust seals, whereas on the K Sports that are fit to the E46, they do have to be rebuilt. You do have to clean them and maintain them, so they're a little bit more involved than just a everyday car, so to speak. But overall, the M2 really does deliver. It's really impressed me how much fun it is to drive. Again, I think if it was decanted or maybe an exhaust, just to give it a bit more flavour, because it is so quiet in here compared to the E46. It sounds like absolute carnage, but I mean, look at that rev matching. Absolutely perfect on the gearbox, so smooth. Fantastic. Just like the E92, to be fair, the DCT feels more aggressive in this than mine, and I've got the GTS software on my E92 M3. The one thing I don't like with the M2, which I wish they brought over from the M3 M4, which I would assume is in the competition, is the M button on the steering wheel, to be able to go from having a really relaxed car to an absolute banshee just by pressing the M button. Your throttle response increases, your suspension stiffens up, but with this it's done on the little rocker switch like what I featured in the M240i video. It feels a little bit more wallowy than the E46, but again, the E46 has had a lot of money spent on it. Out of the factory, standard E46 versus M2, the M2 would be the better car. So if you're looking to spend 12 grand on a standard E46 or potentially 30 on one of these, this will obviously be the better car. But as I've said, for £8,000 to £10,000, you can really transform an E46. And to be honest with you, these are running 365 horsepower. I had that rolling roaded at 330 in a straight line from zero. There's not really a lot in it. As I say, I'll put it in the video. The only difference is if you're doing 70 mile an hour on a motorway, neck and neck, unless you're in third gear in that, you're going to get absolutely annihilated, because the torque will just move this along instantly. So would I buy an M2, especially a normal M2 and not a competition? For me, I don't think it's enough to justify the purchase. It's a really great little car and I've loved driving it over the last couple of weeks. Matt's had it, but I'm not sure why it just hasn't made me want to take the keys and take it for a drive. Now, I did suffer with this in the E92 M3 when I first bought it, for those who watched the video, and a lot of you commented saying, well, give it time, modify the E92 to the same level and it'll be an incredible car. And I think they're right. The E92 now is really winning me over. The soundtrack, the way it revs out, is just brilliant fun. Absolutely adorable engine, and the way it screams to 8.3 is just a peach. But enough of the E92, we'll go back to the E46 M2 comparison. Now, Matt's also gone for the M Performance steering wheel in this, which is the Alcantara. It makes a big difference, and that's something you notice straight away jumping from the E46, is the thickness in the wheel, not just the material. The E46 has a very slim wheel in comparison, and I've got to be honest, I do prefer the thicker wheel on the M2. It does feel nicer to hold, especially in the Alcantara. And the other nice thing is the clocks as well. I've gone back to that grey colour like in the E46, so it feels almost like it's wanting to be an E46 M3, but it's just modernised. And I think that's where BMW went with this. Even if it was a sort of a mixer thrown together, like I say, out of other models, it's a great little car, it really is. And you know, you wouldn't be disappointed in having this on your driveway to take out for your weekend blast and driving to work in every day. But to drive every day, fine, but to have as a pure weekend toy, probably not so much. But when you're on it, that torque, just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. It just picks you up, kicks you in the bollocks, and away you go. So the handling wise, again, I can't go too harsh on it because this has got the Contis on it and mine's got the Super Sports, and the Super Sports arguably being a better tyre. But turn-in, feedback, predictable as well. And like I say, even in the MDM mode, it gives it enough to squirm to the point where that's as far as you want to be going sideways on the road, realistically, for me anyway. So I do enjoy the sort of later technology, whereas in the E46, it will stop any playtime. I mean, literally anything. You try and get a squirm in that car or move it away quickly from the lights, it shuts it down. So you've got two options. You either program in M Sport, which is a bit of a halfway house from what I've read, or you just turn it completely off, which is great fun. But if you're ability, so to speak, fails on you, it's going to be an expensive day out. I wouldn't want to have to put a new rear beam and everything in the e46 M3, that's for sure. Struggling a little bit more there on these roads. It feels a little like she's trying to jump on me. Brakes absolutely brilliantly, like I say, in the standard, but as I said at the beginning of the video, get this on track and you might start running into some issues with fade, as with all BMW's standard brakes, unfortunately. It does want to turn around on you, it likes to snap. I kind of enjoy that in a car, especially a rear wheel drive car. A little bit like the E92, it's always trying to kill you, which adds to the excitement of the drive. Whereas the E46, if you're going sideways, you've been a twat and you're provoking it. For me, with the Super Sports, it really does hanker on the road. So yeah, another again, a quick short video, just more about what they sound like, what they drive like, and is it worth buying a modified E46 as a weekend toy? 100%. As a halfway house or a daily and weekend toy, it would be the M2 for me. It's easier to get in, it's smoother to drive, you've got the reliability. I won't get into the problems with the e46 M3. If you've done any sort of research, you'll know they are very, very prone to expensive deals if they go wrong. But it's an old car, and as I said, it's a great car for the age that can still sort of fight against the newer stuff now, especially with a small amount of money spent on it, upgrading the tyres and the brakes. But if you did enjoy the video, give us a like and a subscribe. Until next time, thanks for watching.